What is going on, everybody? Bit by Bit coming back at it again, and today we are going to be looking at the latest issue of One Piece. I believe we are looking at chapter 1116, and I have said it before and I will say it again, Egghead has not disappointed. Oda is really pushing a lot of stuff in this final arc of One Piece. Like, everything that we have been waiting for the last 20 years since we learned about One Piece, Void Century, the Poneglyphs, Roger's crew, hell, the Five Elders. He is pushing it all in this arc. God dang. You know, I ain't even gonna waste no more time. We gonna get right into this. All right, chapter 1100. Oh, I believe it's 1100. Yes, 1116. Conflict. What we got starting off here? We've got Yamato still doing her pilgrimage of all of Wano. Let's see. Oni Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Pilgrimage, volume 6. Getting medicine and dumplings from Otsuru. I believe this is Kinemon's wife, I believe. I believe that's who this is. Oh, yeah. Did he just say that there are world-sinking weapons still out there somewhere? Yeah, there are. So, okay, so hold on here a second. This right off the back tells me still out there somewhere. He's saying still out there somewhere as if he knows that they existed at one point. So does that mean that the ancient weapons are common knowledge? How can an 800-year-old war be ongoing? No one from back then is even alive today. Ooh! Ooh! Emu! Looking at oh god, what's her name? Lily, not Vivi, Lily. Looking at a portrait of Lily. And I'm okay, I'm fairly certain this is Lily. I know Lily and Vivi are supposed to look almost exactly alike because that's like Vivi is her descendant. But I'm fairly certain he does not have a large, he or she or whatever this person is right here, does not have a large portrait of Vivi on her wall. I'm pretty sure this is Lily. Why would a war rage on in total secrecy? I mean, kind of happens today in our world anyway, so. Vegapunk! In all sincerity. Okay, so this is what I want to know right here, okay? This person saying Vegapunk right here. Is this Emu saying this? Or is this the elders still getting pissed that they can't stop him from turning off this broadcast? In all sincerity, oh god, I can't even think of his name now. The Vivi's protector from Alabasta. I can't even think of his name right now. And of course, they're mourning Cobra's death. In all sincerity, I want to apologize from the bottom of my heart, as there is something else I must confess. My goal was always to create an energy source to fuel society's development, and while it remains unfinished, my research has culminated in the Mother Flame. Its power has... Oh, God, I can't even read myself. What's it say over here? Its power has many practical uses. I am certain that one day this undying, I believe that says. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger here. There we go. Is that better? Yes. I am certain that one day this undying energy can be harnessed to ensure that the entire world lives in abundance. I mean, that is a huge goal there, Vegapunk. This breakthrough is marred, however, as a small fragment of the flame was stolen. Stolen! Okay. So, York had to have done it. Initially, I thought it was Cypherpole probably got in there and did this, but it had to have been York. So, this was not even something that Vegapunk knew. He made the Mother Flame for an endless energy source. He did not give the Mother Flame to the Gorosei. It was stolen from him to power the ancient weapon that they have. He did not know this. I am fairly certain that York did it. She had to have. I take full responsibility for this unfortunate event. The Cypherpole agents are stuck. The Cypherpole agents are stuck in the middle of the island. This is bad. They're completely surrounded by flames. Let me get back up here. That was quite the tremor. Any idea what's happening, Edison? That spooked me too. The whole basement came crashing down here with all the Cypherpole agents in tow. And can't generate any more clouds for Straw Hat's crew. Came crashing down. Ro, is that possible? Okay. Came crashing down. How is that possible? So he's talking about what Venus Jiro did. Oh man, so all the Cypherpole agents are on the ground, and the Seraphim are still in the bubbles. I wonder if they took damage from a fall like that. Another monstrous elder must be heading up. Stussy, get yourself out of here. Or get yourself out of there. Edison, is it okay if I let Kaku go free? Huh? I don't want him to suffer the consequences of this. Don't worry, I won't let him go after the Straw Hats, and I don't think pursuing them will be his priority anyway. Sure are putting a lot of faith in Cypherpole Zero here. Yes, you worked with them for many years, but you're putting a lot of faith in hired killers, basically. Understood, Stussy. I'm sorry for putting you through all this. It didn't occur to me that they were your friends. Forgive me for making you turn on them. Kaku's like, what the hell? Despite being torn between both sides, you still rescued us. That inner conflict is proof of your humanity, Stussy. Do as you please. Just find a way to keep on living. Yes, sir! Nice going, Stussy. You may be a clone, but you still got one. 2 weeks after the flame fragment was stolen, we observed an intense glow emanating from above the kingdom of Lelucia. Lelucia? Oh, yes. So these, many people. So there's there's kind of a weird thing going on here. There's a lot of people in the world that know Lelucia is an actual kingdom and have visited it, so they know this place exists. You can't just say Lelucia never existed. So people know that it exists. They didn't know that it had disappeared. And yes, there are also the people that Sabo managed to get off the island that witnessed it being obliterated. And they have no idea what happened. I later got the news that the entire nation had mysteriously vanished without a trace. Before long, my equipment registered the worldwide earthquakes I mentioned earlier. This might be my pride as a scientist talking, but I was certain of one fact. An ancient weapon did that. Why would someone do that to Lelucia? Only the Mother Flame could supply the immense energy needed to cause this tragedy. Oh yeah, the king. Oh God, I can't even think of his name. He's the one shot boxing king from Dressrosa. He could power up his one shot punch and like destroy a mountain. Lelucia's gone? This is the first we're hearing about this. Hurry up and confirm it. Yes, sir. Yeah, see, now that all this information is getting out, this is something that people, much like this king right here, if he's about to confirm, because he clearly knows that Lelucia was an actual kingdom, and now the government's going to come out and say that Lelucia never existed. He's going to go confirm, is that island still there or not? Because if it's not, this is proof that what Vegapunk is saying is true. They can't deny this. Yes, sir. My very own invention was used to power an ancient weapon. The motives and origin of the perpetrators are a mystery to me, but in the end it all boils down to one hard truth. I am an accessory to this act of mass murder. I cannot express how remorseful I am for my part in this. I am truly sorry. But this proves my theory is plausible. The disaster that flooded the world was man-made. Vegapunk! It's not your fault! Huh? Then Pluton is... So, Lord Momonosuke? Shh! So, does Momonosuke know that Pluton is in Wano as well? I mean, I would assume so. There were once 3 great ancient weapons. It is said that Joy Boy attempted to ensure that they would be passed on to future generations. That begs the question, why hasn't the world sunk enough? Such ambiguity makes it hard to brand one side just and the other. Such ambiguity makes it hard to brand one side just and the other evil. This is true. I mean, why would you pass such devastating power down to future generations? But the day of answers is coming. You're gonna choke, you idiot. Look at Sengoku over here chowing down on these crackers. Consider this a warning. When that time comes, everyone will fear the notion of a sunken world. Yeah, everybody up above ground will fear that notion. This is the day the fishmen have been waiting for. They've been waiting for this day. The Void Century is still an enigma, but there are those who know what happened in its entirety. Oh? I mean, we kind of got an idea. I mean, the only people that I can think of right now that would probably know is... It was probably Gold Roger's crew. Odin knew, because they were the ones that made it to Laugh Tale and figured out the history. Even Rayleigh said it on Sabaody. He's like, yeah, we figured out the exact thing. We figured it all out. However, Rayleigh did say something on Sabaody that was interesting. He's like, he pretty much told Robin, you might come to a different conclusion than what we came to when you figure it out. So, is that kind of like what Vegapunk is saying right now? He like, you'll discover who actually was the villain and who actually was considered the hero of this story, because that kind of leaves it open for interpretation here. Like, there was no concrete fact here. It tells the story, but it's up to you to kind of decide who the villain and who the hero was here. So is that kind of like what Rayleigh was getting at? Everything you're going to explain everything, Vegapunk? Really? So Akainu knows something too? He's over here. He's like, I can't believe you're actually going to explain everything, Vegapunk. So does that mean that he knows too? I am referring to the former members of the Pirate King. Yep. Gold Roger and his crew. Huh? Look at Crocus and Laboon here. He's like, yeah, I know it. So what? Pirates know? How? Why would pirates know the world's secrets? Isn't that dangerous? Okay. Okay, yes. Yeah, isn't that dangerous? Hang on. How is that possible, Stella? How could you have known about me stealing a fragment of the... Called it! Called it! I knew it! I knew it had to have been York. I initially thought it was Cypherpole Zero, but no, they would had to have snuck onto the island and known exactly where it was. The only person who would have had access to this and is clearly the backstabber of the whole crew is York. I cut off my memory synchronization. It should have been impossible. Not only that, but I know for a fact you're a terrible liar and a lousy actor. You were generally surprised, right? York, this was all you're doing? You got news about Leloucia and took readings? Yeah. So that means that Vegapunk knew something. He didn't know who was doing it, but he knew something was going on at this point whenever he got captured. He knew it was somebody that had stole the Mother Flame and was... and knew about Leloucia. He just didn't know who it was. What does that mean? When? The timeline doesn't add up. You must have known the government's plans. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done all this. You wouldn't have hidden the broadcast signal. Ooh, what is Jupiter? Is he just devouring all these Cypherpole agents? Elders! I worked out where the broadcast snail is. Are you certain? Without a doubt. I'm a Vegapunk too. The snail is in the Fabriostratum. The giant robot is guarding... Ooh. Okay. That may be a problem. For the elders! That may be a problem for them. So, now that they know where the snail is, or they have a good idea where it is, if it's probably inside the robot. It's probably inside the robot. So we might finally get to see what this robot is capable of. This thing is ancient. It is decrepit and practically falling apart. Yet it was able to scale the red line and lay waste to a large portion of the Holy Land before it stopped working. That really makes me wonder if the five elders can take this thing down. I'm sure they know our entire lost history, so why? Why would they just fade away without telling a soul? Why didn't they act? Very good question, Vegapunk. Why didn't they do something about it? There has to be a reason. Rei-san, haven't you had enough booze? You rarely get this wasted. I'm an old man and washed up now. Just like Vegapunk here, a blabbering old geezer who's already said too much. Don't be an ass and take away from the youngsters. Clunk. The thrill is theirs to seek now, right, Roger? Oh, you're going to end it on that note, and you're going to break next week? Ah! Oh, why are you going to do this to me? Oh. Oh, but okay. So, plenty more information dropped. Now, Vegapunk has now dropped to the world that those people that did not know, apparently ancient weapons must have been some type of common knowledge because some people knew about it. They said they still exist today. Not though something like that actually exists. They said they still exist, which means they knew that at some point something like this did exist. So the knowledge that the ancient weapons still exist is out there, fixing to have proof to a lot of kingdoms that Leloucia is now vanished from the face of the earth. And that alone will be proof that what Vegapunk is saying is true, that somebody has an ancient weapon and has used it to just decimate Leloucia from existence. So far, everything that Vegapunk has said it's undeniable at this point. It's completely undeniable. And people are going to figure out at this point, they may have been oblivious to it before, but people are going to figure out the only people who could have covered this up is the world government. That's literally the only people who could have done it. Whoo! Solid chapter. Go ahead and drop a like and subscribe down below. Give me your comments as well. Tell me what you think of this chapter and how you think this is going to turn out. And I'll catch you all at the next one.